do is translate from English to math. So you ready? Let's go to example 47.1. It says, 20% of what number is 15? So how do I translate that? 20%? How do I write 20%?
20 over 100.
20 over 100. Because this is 20%. Cent is 100, right? Of what number?
X.
X. The of means multiply of what number?
Equals 15.
And I believe you can all do that, right? It's that easy. So I can simplify the zeros. I have 2 over 10, which is 1 over 5. So I multiply everything times 5. And what I do on one side, I do on the other. And the 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times x is x. And then we have 5 times 5 is 25, so 75. And that would be your answer. Okay? Do you have to do the diagrams? No, you don't. I'm not going to ask you to. Do you want me to show you how the diagrams work? Or they're just, my experience is they're more confusing. So, I'm not going to. Now let's see this one. This one said, this one's 47.2. Example, 47.2. And it says, what percent of 140 is 98? So if it says what, you immediately know it's an X. But it says what percent?
Over 100.
Over 100.
I hate those. I love those.
What percent
I don't know.
of what of
Times 140.
140 is
Goals.
98. Translation, easy.
Secret card first.
Get rid of that, and this would be a 7, this would be a 5. So you've got 7, I'm going to rewrite it. I can hear someone in the background. That isn't me. Weird, huh? 7/5 of x equals 98. And again, all you do is
Reciprocal.
5 over 7. So that this is a 1. And what you do on one side, you do on the other. So, and I don't know how much that is, but you can do that. 98 times 5, I have no idea. 98 divided by 7, is that even divisible?
70,
490.
In the top.
Yes.
70, oh.
70.
I knew
70.
that.
Very good.
I'm using my head and it works.
Excellent. Okay. So,
They aren't lazy.
what are percents bigger than 100? Does anybody know?
100 something. When
Let's say I tell you
when the numerator is greater than the 100 denominator.
whatever you start out with is always 100%. And if you increase something by 50%, let's say that this is, I have, I don't know, I have 50 chickens. And I increase it by 50%. What does that mean? What does 50% mean?
50 over 100?
50 over 100, which is 1/2, isn't it? Which means that you're increasing your 50 chickens by 1/2. 1/2 of what?
Of 100.
Of the 50 chickens that I started out with, okay? So if I increase my 50 chickens by 50%, it means I increase it by half of what I already have, which is 25. So that is a total of 75, because it's 50 plus 25, right? Does that make sense? So if I ask you if there is 10 male students and there's a 10% increase, how many students will I have, male students will I have in the end?
11.
Why 11?
Because 10% of 10 is 1.
10% of 10 is 1. So it's 10 plus the 10% of 10, and that gives me the total, right? Does that make sense? So, if I ask you, or what are they going to ask you here? They say 75 is increased by 150%. What does that mean? What does it it mean to increase something by 150%? Does it, if it's 100%, how much do I increase it?
By 75.
By 75, because it's 100% of the original one that I have. But if it's 150%, it's 1.5 times that, right? So it's 75 is increased by 150% of what? And that gives you what? This is 3/2, right? So 75 times 3 divided by 2, I don't know how much that is.
I got 11,250.
This?
I put 75 times 150.
Can you put 3 times 75?
575.
112.5.
Yeah.
575.
112.5.
112.5 is this, right?
Yeah, plus 187.5. 87.5. It's 187.5. 187.5.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is it clear how to do increases? And what 150% means? It means what you had plus 100% plus another 50. So that is 75 plus half of 50. That's why it's something so big. Is that clear? Yeah? Okay?